This is Will from California Rock News, and I'm here with John and Joey from Armored Saint. Thanks, guys, for sitting down with me. How are you, first of all?
We're good. Very well, thank you.
Good. Listening party, album sounds good from what we can hear in the room.
Listening parties, you know, you're not really ever really listening. It's just kind of peripheral.
And meeting, you talked with everybody, so that was great. You guys are so generous. So why a live album now? After Win Hands Down? you guys still... I know you guys are still touring off it.
Well, we had an opportunity to do it. I mean, really, there's a couple things just sort of fell in place. We recorded these two shows in our last tour in 2015 in Germany, and so we had all these tracks just sitting there basically. And you know, we're kind of in between records. You know, Win Hands Down is a year and a half old, or whatever.
Yeah,
something like that.
Pretty much.
And we were getting ready to go out for this Queensryche tour, and the idea came up of just using something for these tracks. So the idea came up to do something that would involve pledge music, to involve a pre-order for the record, which kind of engages fans in a closer situation with us, and kind of gives them insight to stuff going on behind the scenes, and kind of gives them part of the record release. At the same time, it helps us to be able to go out on this tour, which was offered to us, which is Queensryche, starting next Tuesday, and we could use the help doing it financially, to be honest. So that was just all these things came together at the same time. So it just seemed like a great opportunity for us to do this. And the tracks that we played, I mean, that we recorded, it sounded amazing. So we said, well, we should do something with this. Fans would really appreciate this, we think. So that's kind of how it started, and then it just sort of started snowballing.
Usually when bands do live records, it's kind of like, let's buy a little time. I bet you that's probably like the history of live records. That's, yeah, a little bit, but which is the honest, perspective. But it does sound killer. Armored Saint's always been a great live band, and it's cool to hear that captured. Yeah.
So is 8 songs your max for live albums?
I know. It's not an EP, but it's not a real LP.
Well, we're old. You got to remember that we're old, and we grew up with the LP,
right?
Which actually is like 8 songs was actually pushing it for LPs.
4 per side, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it'd be cool to have the double live, Gonzo and Strangers in the Night, Kiss Alive, but it'd have to be really good songs that were recorded real well.
Yeah, I actually don't even think we had that many songs recorded, because we had.
Well, we did do a live. I mean, Schaffenberg was a headline set.
Schaffenberg was, right.
Mistake Here, Bad Note.
But some of the songs were the same from Buck.
That's true.
So it was like, it limited the amount of actual total songs.
Yeah.
And then it was, a little bit of an issue of like, we really wanted this to come out on LP. So there's always this issue of like, well, how are you going to split the LP up? We want it to sound good. So we don't want to put too much information on one side.
Right. So what are we hearing on the album? Is there a lot of overdubs? Is it you guys?
Oh yeah, tons of overdubs.
You're producing? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like sequencers going off, and we hired a choir actually.
Sounds pretty amazing.
It's just 5 of us on stage. It's raw. It's super raw.
I always enjoy that, hearing what happened that night in that performance.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? At this point in life, I'm almost like embracing a flawed record and some mistakes. And Armored Saint, we always joke that it's like we're a glorified garage band, and I mean that in the most endearing of ways.
Really what we are.
It's raw, there might be some sour notes here and there, and a couple of little parts that are out of key or whatever, but it feels live, feels sincere, and that's how we are live. We may have never have done a flawless show in the history of the band's career. It ain't gonna start now.
Why?
So this is your first time using the Pledge Music Avenue?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? How did it turn out?
That's been amazing. I mean, it's a whole new thing for us to get involved in that. It's a relatively new thing anyway, I think, across the board. But it's a great experience. It's been a really cool way to connect with fans that, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's a bit of a glorified fan club. So it gives a sort of an open door to people who want to come in and get closer to the band and have access to stuff that normally isn't available. So it's been pretty amazing to see the response.
And your giveaways are great, very generous giveaways. I saw a lot of the
There's some cool
guitars
stuff, things that, there's things that, you know, kind of just like a mic that we sold that I use, it probably smells. You know, just kind of some unusual items that are neat. I'm writing, you know, some lyrics that went hands down that I wrote when we were recording on. We auctioned them off, and I mean, it's cool. It's like the real lyrics that we use. You know, neat things like that hopefully that people want, you know, so and apparently they do.
People do. I think, you know, nowadays people want to be really connected. They want to be really, really connected and close and get to know the people that they support and follow. And this is just another opportunity to get that much closer. So
we might try to dig out some armor next time, or maybe at a later date. I don't know. I was entertaining putting my white leather vest up, but then I realized that Dave drew the picture on the back of it. I was like, oh, I can't get rid of this. So, but yeah, you know, it's some neat stuff. You know,
it's probably the future for bands who want to get music together with the music industry being so as volatile.
Yeah, it's helpful. We wouldn't be doing this tour without it, quite frankly.
Yeah, you know, and it is a pre-order for a piece for something that's coming out. You know, so people have access to getting it before the actual release date, but along with not just getting it early, but they also have access to all this other stuff that's just not available after that. So it's like people, you know, you can make the decision to be involved or not. Like you can just say, oh, I'm just going to wait till the end, which is fine. But if you're someone who's like, you know,
Jonesing.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to get closer. This is access to that. So for a lot of people, they love it. It's amazing.
Well, my friend Stacy, she pledged and she was here tonight, and she was so excited to get Aftermath before everybody else did today. So cool.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you guys just did shows in Japan and Spain for the first time?
Right.
How were those? How'd you go over there?
That was amazing. We did Loud Park in Japan. It was awesome. First time in Japan for I would say. Long overdue. Sold a lot of merchandise. The fans were obviously waiting, so that was fun. Spain was great too, you know. I mean, Spain is just a great place to be. It's just a fun place in life. But Barcelona's a killer city, and that festival was great. Iron Maiden was a headliner, and it was a lot of fun.
You're about to take off with Queensryche as special guests. What are you looking forward to on this tour?
Well, it's a good billing. It's a great billing for us. We're looking forward to being with those guys. They're friends of ours. Super, get along awesome with them. We did a handful of shows with them last summer in Europe. They were super amazing. So we're looking forward to just like a great time. The fans are gonna love it because two bands from the same era, relatively the same era. It's gonna be great. They're doing a lot of old school stuff. We're doing our whole catalog. So it's just gonna be a lot of fun, I think.
Playing some places we haven't played in a long time. We haven't played Florida since Symbol of Salvation. You know, some
We've only
places.
played it once, probably.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did play only once. So, you know, somewhere in South Carolina we've never been. Some places in the Midwest like Nebraska and Colorado Springs. You know, we haven't been in a long time. We haven't even played Chicago in years. So it's gonna be cool.
You guys said this is kind of an interlude between albums or your next venture.
Sounds like a dance.
The dance, yes.
For dinner with the motorcycles in the background.
I like it. Do you have any material written for the album? Are you continuously writing? Do you wait till after you guys are done touring?
Do you have anything?
You know. We don't really work like that. We sort of, we seem, at least the last 10 years, has sort of been more like,
We'll get around to it.
yeah, yeah. It's sort of been more like, it's super not planned with us. It's not, there's no foresight. It's like, we need to sort of like decompress from the last record, and then we go about our own lives for a while. You know, that while it can vary in amount of time. We really got to be inspired to do something. We really don't want to put it to paper like on a schedule. We're going to do this now, we're going to do this now. At least when we're making records, we don't put that on a schedule. It just happens when it happens.
You guys write about a lot of current events, and you use a lot of irony in your lyrics and stuff. This election that just happened, anything that's going to be pulled into that? Are you gathering any inspiration? Are you not inspired? It doesn't have to be a political rant, but I'm just curious if, I mean, the times are crazy right
John's
now.
always written about the times since day one, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know what's going to happen, you know? It's just, it's kind of a volatile time, and, you know, I'm kind of bummed about it. You know, just the general feeling of the division in America. It's obvious.
That's the bummer.
Yeah, it's real. It's pretty severe, and I hope we fix it quickly, because you know, it sucks. It sucks. I mean, I don't really care which way you want to lean. You know, I mean, I have friends who are on the right. I have friends who are on the left. You know, it doesn't.
That gap is so wide now.
Yeah, but it's just like, we're still all just people. We're supposed to all just be Americans. I think that everybody's just trying to have a happy life, and everyone should be entitled to that, you know. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's a savior, quite frankly. I think everyone just has to lighten up a little bit and respect everybody.
Well, the good thing is Prop 64 passed, so that might assist.
That might help with mellowing people out in LA, at
At
least.
least in ours, yeah.
Right. In California.
So you finish up your tour, then you're not quite sure. What about your side projects? Going to be involved in them? I know you were talking about. Did you say Motor Sister again?
Well, actually, Fate's Warning is
Fate's
next after the Queensryche tour. We're home for Christmas. Everybody's home for Christmas, and then I'm going out in January with Fates in Europe for 3 to 4 weeks, and then I'm not sure what we're doing yet. Saint might actually do. I shouldn't even say it yet, but we might be doing something in between that in March, and then the idea is for Fates to go back out again in the U.S. in spring, and have a few things in summer with Fates as well. And then, other than that, that's really about it. Yeah.
John, what you got?
I don't know. I don't have much more. I'm really pretty much just concentrating on this upcoming tour. We haven't toured like this in probably like 11 years. So I'm trying to just kind of deal with the matter at hand, focus, try to be as great as we can, sing well, be healthy, and then, you know, drink a lot like a couple days after the tour to celebrate it. So I haven't got to 2017 yet.
Well, thank you guys for sitting down with me. I'm excited to hear the new album, actually outside of the crowd, so I can put on some
headphones. It
earbuds
sounds good like that.
and listen to
Always
it.
does. Joey did a great job.
Is there anything else you guys want to say to the fans out there, people listening, any message you want to get out?
Just thanks, man. Thanks a
you.
lot for being there for you know, all the years, or just 1 year, or however long you've been involved in Armored Saint. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.